Hey guys, welcome to We Talk To podcast. I'm your host Robbo, and today we have Mikey Motion or Mikey Collins. Mikey, how you doing?
Amazing, mate. How are you?
Aye, not too bad. What's been happening over lockdown?
Good. Thanks for having us, mate. Over lockdown, a lot's been happening, mate. It's been shite for everybody. Everybody knows the score. There's not much we can do. Pubs are shut, bars are shut, clubs are shut. Everywhere's fucking shut.
Aye,
But we just need to ride with it. Just go with the flow, I think.
right. So, Mikey, we'll start with because obviously you do two different things. You do stand-up comedy, and then you do your DJ.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know you through your DJing, so we'll start with DJing. How
Yep.
did you get into that to start with?
Right, well, started off, I've always loved music. I've always grew up with that, with my mum and my dad. And it goes back to when I was about 11.
Yep.
I got a set of decks. That's when I got my decks. I was actually into hip hop. That's the reason I got a set of decks. There was a video years ago. It was called Death Row Uncut Too Gangster for TV. So that's basically where it came from. I saw that on one of the videos. There was a guy, DJ Quick.
Yep.
He had a set of decks and he was doing the scratching and stuff. And as soon as I seen that, I just knew I wanted a set of decks. That's what I wanted to do. When I got the set of decks, they came with a massive load of happy hardcore vinyl and dance, and they were quite rare. So I got into that, and then it all came from there. Really,
Fair enough.
started DJing in clubs and stuff when I was like 17. Betty's R Chaos, and that's where it came from. Aye.
Fair enough. Because I know myself, I came from a PR side before I became a DJ. And it was one of the ones where I was like going with my pal, because I was doing nothing on a Saturday night. Going with my pal to Kilson, but the old Barbuda.
Aye, Barbuda, yeah.
And helping him set up. Just gave me something to do, and then over time watched him, and then it was a Saturday night. It was like, you say dead, it was like maybe 40 people. And they went, right, jump on.
Aye.
What? Jump on. You know what you're doing. You've been watching me.
Aye.
If you've really been watching me, jump on. So I jumped on, and for the energy kind of, I was like, okay, I love doing this. It's just, let's hit it down.
When you get that first taste of it, I started off, before I was DJing, I was DJing like parties and stuff. I played it, my brother's, I think it was his 12th birthday or something. And he invited his full year of school. So and then after that, I'd done a couple of his pals. And then I started doing like 16s, 17, 18s, 21st. And I'd done a load of them before I went into the actual clubs. But once you get that first taste of it, it's magic, man. When you see the crowd jump about, it was all about Archaeos Unders, man. That's where it kind of started. That's what made me want to be a DJ as well. Like going and seeing that, it was DJ Dario, Paul Norville, all the kind of cats, and it was class, man. Just looking up and shooting in all the atmosphere, everything about it, the taste, the Red Bull, the fucking smell of the smoke machines, the tunes were just class, and everybody that went, it was just mental. And when you see that growing up, you just that was like, I want to do that, and I done it. So
Fucking fair play. Like I unfortunately missed it. Like it's shit because I missed the Archaeos days. So I hear everyone talk about Archaeos, and I'm like, I'm fucking 5 years too late.
It's the same with whenever you're born in it. I missed the res days. I went to a few reses. I think I went to one that was in the Barrowlands. That was like one of the last actual kind of ones.
What a venue that is,
like,
by the way.
That's class. And then the obviously the one at Ingolston. The last one that was tremendous. But again, like the Metro days, the Hangar 13, I missed all of that growing up, and I caught basically the tail end of it. With Archaeos Unders and things like that. But mate, it's just that's what it is. It's just whenever you're born in it, you're born too late sometimes.
I know, like, because nowadays it's like I'm so unlucky, but I'm lucky in the position I'm in where it's like I've missed all the days, like where it was 4 and 5 different DJs in the one club that would just all take shots. Whether now it's like one DJ for the full night, and it's like it's no fun. But it's
it's a different thing altogether. That's like a club night. If you go to
Aye. Like,
it's a different thing. Do you know what I mean? They're playing. Like, could be playing anything, chart stuff, right? Through R&B or that kind of stuff. But it's when you go to a rave, it's a different thing altogether. You know what I mean? It's every DJ's own. They're playing their own sort of tunes. They're playing their own style, and then it's a new reach and it's class.
No, definitely. Like, one thing I'd love to do before, like, because I've said to the missus, I've got like, I'm going to stick to clubs and functions. Love doing them.
Aye.
Good nights. But one thing I want to tick off my list is doing a rave.
Aye.
It's just one of the things I want to just tick off my list to say I've done it. Because I've done a charity event, I've headlined an event, I've done it my own night in a club. I've done all these things that in a year.
Aye, that's good, man. Just keep at it, mate. Just don't stop.
Because I looked at my calendar for last year, and this weekend, like last year, the weekend it's just passed because it's Monday now. I was Friday, Arta, Corinthian.
Yeah.
Saturday, Braehead Shopping Centre, for 10 till 5.
Were you playing in the actual shopping centre?
Aye, in the middle of the shopping centre.
A shopping centre gig.
Aye, but it was all Christmas tunes. And then they had like dancing, so it was me and Stephen Pearson. The two of us were taking shots, but like when it was dancing groups, he was getting me on. Oh no, it'd be a good idea, right enough. But no, so I jumped on doing all the dancing groups to get like, because he prefers your cheesy, your 80s, your 90s, your not like stuff like that. So I was like, you do all that.
Aye.
And when it's like your bootlegs, I'm jumping on. But then after that, I was doing my residency at 6:30 in Jarvis till 1, and then went from there to Fantouche and Paisley till 4.
Aye, the days are gone.
Fucking, that's I was like 24 hours DJing pretty much, and it was great. But it killed me last year. Whereas this year it's like I've managed to get all the Christmas presents done. Everything I bought the missus is now wrapped and put away.
Aye, I know it's the gigs like that, like 2-3 gigs in the 2-3 gigs a night sometimes, and then like 4 gigs a weekend. Their days are gone for now anyway.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like, you're playing.
I'm kind of hoping, like places like Braehead and Silverburn, they see how much we've been affected and say to DJs, well, on a Friday and a Saturday it's busy for us, or a Saturday, Sunday.
Aye.
And you put your name and they just pick you at random to come and do like a couple hours just to help DJs out. But it's like
I can't imagine playing. But you playing in a shopping centre. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, but the thing is, you do see people in JD, like playing fucking 8-hour sets, and you're like, what?
It's mental, man.
So, what's been your best gig you've ever done?
Good question, mate. Fucking really good question.
Believe it or not, by the way, we've recorded this before. I had a major issue where my neighbour flooded me. So we're now redoing this, and I make sure I've got different questions for the last time to put them off.
Do you know, I can't. Did you ask me that the last time? No, right, cool.
So I've watched back to the last one, and at the end I didn't realise you were doing this till I watched the video and you're sitting playing with your thumb.
Aye. Doing the magic thumb trick. There we go now. I always wanted to do that in a podcast. Do it up to the camera.
There you go.
I always do that to the vein, and she's like, how the fuck do you do that, Daddy? Anyway. So best gig. Listen, I'll take you through some gigs. Like, obviously, it was a dream to play in Archaeos. I played there and played after it. That was like Twisted and Brainfire Day. So after that, it was like the Hardcore Heaven Weekenders. They were in Southport. They were the best days, man. So it was like all your Gamma, Styles, Joey Riots, Whiz Kids, Storms, Hixies, Recons, all the big guys, man. And it was getting booked for them that were amazing. I went to the first ever one, I went to the second one, and on the way back up in the bus, I was like, I need to play at this, do you know what I mean? And then when the third one came in, I played at the third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. So I played at all them, and then it was like the HDID in the Sun. They were in Mar in Spain.
Off.
So it's like 7 nights, raves during the day, raves at night.
Oh.
I played, so I went to the first two of them as well. There was always a groupies that went, and they were just, it's a raving holiday. Do you know what I mean? It's the sun. It's just class, man. I played at them, and then just up and down mostly every big kind of super club in the UK. Like where else? The Air Birmingham. That was where they had like the HTIDs played in there. It was a dream to play in there. The Brunel Rooms in Swindon. The O2s, Liverpool,
Fuck me, you get
Newcastle.
about.
I've played a lot of big gigs like that, mate. I have. I then played in Germany as well at Pussy Motherfuckers. That's a huge event, man, in the Turbine Hall. Thousands of people. But that was good as well. So I've had really, really good gigs. I've been lucky with the DJing. Yeah.
So last time
Okay.
when we recorded this the first time, you told me a story that I want to get put back into this one, where you
Right.
went to a rave and you took a USB down with you.
Aye.
So I want you to tell that story again because I love it.
Right.
That was funny.
Right. So basically, it was what gig was that again? It was it was Doncaster, the Doncaster warehouse. So basically, me and my two mates drove me down, and it was a good drive down to the rave. I was playing at the after party in the Doncaster warehouse, but I was on at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. So I was like the very last set. So through the way down to the rave, travelling down, I was steaming, and I was steaming in the rave, and then back to the after party, and you're just fucking, you're at your sockets.
You've gone.
Aye, and basically I had my USBs with me. I'd picked a few tunes before I went down that I'd want to play. I knew I was want to play. I knew what kind of set I was going to play. And then when I get down there, literally, like, in fact, when I jumped up on the decks, I went on the decks, and and they didn't even mention that it was going to be CDJs. Do you know what I mean? So I've got my set worked out. I asked a couple of the DJs, kind of a few of them were like, no, they wouldn't give me a shot of their CDs, which was shit. And then a guy eventually gave me a shot of his CDs, and so I was playing just tunes that I didn't know, tunes I'd never heard, but I still had a good time. You know what I mean?
Aye. Your cameras went.
What's happening now? Is your house flooded again?
No, your cameras went.
Oh, really?
Oh, there we go. It's back now. It's fine.
Right.
We've got the audio. That's fine. So that, like, when you told me that the first time, I was in stitches. I just think that's the fact that people can be so stingy. Like, you do get DJs that are like that are pure, like, none of my tune. If you want them, you're paying. But you've got other guys who'll be like, do you want free downloads?
Aye, I mean, if MD asks if there's a DJ there and they've forgot their tunes or something like that's happened, then you say, look, here, there you go. But I can't even remember who these guys were. They were just people that were playing down there, and they were just being stingy with their tunes, basically. But a guy did give me his tunes, and we got there in the end. It was still a good set.
Aye, no. So the other half, so when DJing, you've been there, done it all. Let's be honest. You've been all over the UK. You've smashed it. You're now doing stand-up comedy.
Aye.
How did that all come about with the whole? We'll start with how you got into stand-up comedy. So how did you get into stand-up comedy?
Right. So basically, it goes back to when I was a guy. It was staying with my gran and my papa. They used to always put on things like the Naked Video. That was an old sketch show. Rabsy Nisbet.
Great programme.
And Mr. Bean.
Gotta love Rabsy Nisbet, man. That shit would not get away these days.
Nah, no. All the old kind of comedy like that, English things, Scottish things. I was just fascinated with that. And then my dad, he was always hilarious. My mum was hilarious. I had that of my mates are all funny. So I've grew up just enjoying making people laugh, and that's basically one of my passions. Just to, if I go into a room and there's people there, I want to make them laugh. And if I leave and I haven't done that, do you know what I mean? I don't feel as if I've
accomplished it.
Did you get what I mean?
Aye.
So that basically that's where it kind of stems from, and then just making videos, sketches and stuff like that. Everybody that you meet say, "Oh, you should try stand up comedy," and I always did want to, but it was a big, public speaking's a big fear of mine.
Aye.
I know it sounds stupid, but I'm doing stand up, but all of these things are helping me get over it. Do you know what I mean? Like talking on camera and stuff like that as well. But it's something that I always really wanted to do, so I went ahead and done it, and I've been doing it now for just 2 years, and it's mental, man. It's I love it. I really do. I think that's really what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I've always loved DJing, and the buzz you get with that, like playing in front of a crowd and stuff, is amazing. But when it's comedy, when it's stand up, it's a different thing. It's just you, the crowd. You've no music to hide behind, and you need to make them laugh. And I'm enjoying writing comedy. I've always loved writing comedy, and I'm looking forward to see what's going to be happening.
I know, because
the next few years,
Because most people know you as one character, and that's Bergie Boy.
Bergie Boy, yeah.
And like I said, I knew who you were as Bergie Boy. Aye. But again, it was more the DJing side I knew you from. Because believe it or not, when I put up that obviously we're getting you on as a guest, it was our most viewed thing and like liked and everything. It was mad.
Class.
Like, so I looked at the statistics. So every other post was getting maybe 100 views, which was sitting at that point in time and sitting full margin. You've got it to like 2,000, so see everything else that's hitting 100 is sitting like that much. And I'm like, fuck, Mikey, you fucked it. You fucked my statistics. But it's been great. The response we've had getting you on, mate, is... I've actually had a mail from somebody saying, when's the Mikey one getting uploaded? And obviously, like I say, we've had issues. We've had the flooding with the last one. Because we were so... that was a great... We just sat, we had no issues. Everything was running smoothly. Then I could hear water, and I'm like, fuck. And I looked about...
I was talking to you. And it didn't look as if you were listening. You were just looking about. I'm like, what's fucking happening here? But you're fucking...
I was listening, but see, I always keep this ear out. And I was like, I can fucking hear something. And I was like, have I left the shower on? So I looked, that's what made me first. I bent round and looked at the shower. I was like, nah. Shower's not... Then I looked round, I kind of seen it for the bedroom. A wee bit coming down, I thought, fuck. And then I went into the kitchen, and then you've seen the picture. It's fucked. The council are coming out to like repair it all. My full corner of that kitchen is now fucked.
Fuck's sake, man.
Like,
it's no good, is it? I've been flooded myself before, mate. And I came home one night, and it was like 2 years ago. I've still actually got a bit of a crack in my ceiling for it. I came home. It was quite late, and the fire. There was an alarm going off from the close. I was like, what the fuck? I tried to go in my house, and there was my door had been... The fire brigade had come in, took my door off, my handle of the door, and then there was a big fucking puddle. And I just missed my telly and all that. So it was... it's no good getting flooded, is it?
Nah, is it fuck, man? Like, this is the thing that has happened to us since I've moved in with the missus anyway.
What are they doing up the stair, having fucking water fights?
So in their kitchen, see where your overfill goes?
Aye.
That was loose, so all the water was actually going behind it and just draining down instead of going in and going into the pipe.
Aye.
So the guy, he's apparently fixed it, but I've said to her, I just want to get the fuck out of here, man. Like,
I know.
Paisley's, it's her home,
neighbours.
but like she's had so many issues with them upstairs, man. And do you know what? Like, I play COD with it. Sorry, you're saying?
On you go, mate.
So the boy that, like, the lass's son, it was him that obviously he didn't realise he was flooding us until I'd phoned him and he realised. But I play COD with him. He's a nice guy. Like, he apologised. Like, fuck. Like, he had a lovely wee guy. He's class. Like, he was living in Spain for 2 years. So he was before Corona hit, like, working in a restaurant.
Fuck's sake, man.
And just he came back, and then when obviously we thought in June we thought everything was going smoothly. He flew back.
And then flooded you?
He flew back to Spain and then came back when obviously lockdown 2 hit.
Oh, right.
So he was self-isolating on his own. And he was doing the dishes, because obviously you do your dishes, and he'd left the water running, but he said he answered his phone at one point, and the water's obviously just kind of...
Fucking hell, man.
But
the problem I've got with my neighbours now... The The problem I've got with my neighbours now is they're just constantly shagging all the time, and they're loud, and I'm like, fucking hell, man! Like, what's going on up there? Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking. It's like they've got some rhythm, man. It's constant. I'm like, fucking hell, man.
Fucking swingers.
Aye. So what else do you want to know, mate? Fire your questions at me.
So, as most people know, recently you've been working with D Maxwell.
Aye.
The podcast is hilarious. Me and the missus watched it in the telly, believe it or not, yesterday. That's how I was texting you.
Yeah.
Because we thought it was live. We thought it was live, so that's how I texted you, like, geez a wave. How did that all come about? Like, obviously you make jokes, like, in 3 weeks' time you're shagging D for charity. But, like, how did you two coming together, working came about?
Well, I met her last year at a gig. It was the Scottish Comedy Roadshow. She was headlining it, and I had 2 sets at it. I done a set as just like myself, Mikey, and I done a Bergie Boy set.
Oft.
So man, it was like I met her, and she was just ripping us, man, because I was late. I turned up to the gig late. I ran early my 2 set times. I just fucked it to be. I played 2 good sets. Do you know what I mean? Everybody loved it, and I enjoyed the 2 sets. But it was I think it was on a Sunday night, and I had been out the Friday night, the Saturday night. I hadn't been to sleep in 3 days. I hadn't been to sleep in 3 days, mate. And I turned up when I was just fucking rocking. Know what I mean? And to be fair, I've been doing that with all my fucking. I've always done that with my DJ gigs and my stand up. So that's all stopped now. Thank God. But the D thing, basically at that, we started speaking. We kept in contact, and I loved her stand-up. She loved mine. And then basically, she phoned me. When was it? She phoned me a few weeks ago now. I had a missed call for her at D Maxwell, she wanting. And I phoned her, and she's like, how you doing, Mikey boy? I've got a wee proposition for you. It's not a sexual one, so don't get too excited. I was like, what's happening? And she basically told me that it was an opportunity there for me to co-host her show with her, which is amazing because I'm trying to obviously grow my audience. I think I'm getting about 17,000 followers on Facebook now, and I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. Yep. But D's flying, man. She's got about 75,000 followers. That's just on her Facebook. She sells out shows. And she's a quality person.
See, somebody asked me about her. How would I describe her? I mean, she's a female Gary Folds. Man. She's Gary. But she's more like us.
She talks about a lot of stuff that people are scared to talk about. She's got balls, man.
Oh, major.
Do you know what I mean? A big set of balls.
See what she was saying last night about her mom and all that, man. That was fucking. It cracked it up.
It's class. Like people, it's a shock factor as well because you don't get enough female comedians like that these days. Even male comedians sometimes don't, go as
it's
low
brutal
and as dark as that. It's brutal. So
Frankie Boyle,
it's good to see, man. Aye, definitely. But it's good to see. But at the end of the day, I mean, the twos are keeping busy. We're going to be filming that, like maybe once a week. It's 45 minutes once a week. At the end of the day, you're getting paid for it as well. So I want to make a living out of this. So it's all good stuff. Do you know what I mean? Our page is monetized, and she's cutting us in and stuff like that. So it's all good stuff. And at the end of the day, when we've done that, when the clubs open back up and stuff, we're going to be able to fucking
work together.
Sell shows out, work together, go in the same, maybe do a wee tour together. So it's all good stuff. Do you know what I mean?
So speaking of shows, before lockdown hit, you had a big one planned that sold out the Classic Grand. So well done, mate. It's very hard to do.
Cheers, my man.
I don't know many people that have done it on their own.
Aye.
But you've the lineup for that. It's amazing. Because you've not got D in that. You've got D in that lineup, haven't you?
No, D's not in that lineup.
Basically,
that was that. I put that show on before me and D were really kind of like talking to work together. So. Can you hear me?
Aye. No. Sorry, it was not. My dad texted me like, "You free to talk?" So I'm just replying to him saying, "Doing podcasting now. Give me 10 minutes or give me an hour." He's away on holiday, so no, it's my dad. It's not. He's away. He's away to a log cabin. Fucking jammy bastard. Nice. He sent me a picture last night in his hot tub with my stepmom. I was like, "Fuck you, cunt."
You can't beat a wee log cabin.
But I know. So he phones me on Monday. So your show.
Aye, basically, we put the show on. It was myself and Al Twisted, the runs Twisted event. So basically, I've been DJing in the Classic Grand for years, and we're good pals with the owners and stuff. So we says, look, do you think we could do a comedy night? They says, you run with it, book everybody. So we did. I put a lineup together, and it was going to be like my first sort of big headline gig. But that we had like good acts in there, some lineup, and it sold out pretty much straight away, which was amazing. 370 people. So I'm happy that there's people out there ready to go. Do you know what I mean? That was, and it's sold out. So I mean, all the ticket money still with Skiddle. I think some people might have got a refund, but most of the tickets are still there. So when we can get a date to go ahead, we'll go ahead. We also put another night on, a second night, but it was like a sort of sit down night, a restricted night. It was up to 150 people, socially distanced event with Darren Connell and Mark Jennings, myself hosting, and that sold out as well. So there's people ready to go. Do you know what I mean? It's as soon as we get out of this lockdown and the pandemic, as soon as everything starts relaxing and we can put events on, I really can't wait, because to sell a show out, I was so buzzing to do it, and then just before we got to do it, the plug get pulled. So once the two of them are done, I don't have any doubt that it's going to keep happening. It's going to just keep building and building and building. That's what I've got in my head. I've already done it in my head, and that's what's happening. That's what I'm going to do. Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely, mate. Like I said, I looked at, obviously, again, got you on Facebook and seen you post about the one that sold out within, like 2 days it sold out or something, if that.
Aye, mate. Yep, 2 days.
And it was like, it's crazy that so many people, like, it's great seeing how many people support you, and it's all your friends and your family that's buying the tickets.
I know.
But like,
that was the thing,
if
man.
it's a DJ set, they're kind of, they don't want to come. But the fact that it's a stand up, they're like, yeah, let's go, let's have a laugh, let's get pissed.
Aye, it's a good thing, but that, do you know, I was fucking nervous as fuck, and it's a pure battle in your mind, a pure mental battle.
Oh, it's like anxiety that takes over major.
I was going, aye, big time, but you just need to keep all the wee voices in your head. I'm not saying I'm fucking crazy, right? But all these wee voices in your head say, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, and you just need to say, no, I'm doing it and I can do it.
See, the thing is, I've always been told I can't do it. So I in my career, I was a PR and got told it's not a job, and I ended up being a PR manager by the age of 18.
Aye, that's it, man.
And then
people
I started doing glass collecting, and then my gran was like, "No, I'll say this openly because me and my gran don't really speak." She was like, "You won't get anything for that," and I ended up being a bar manager in the space of a year.
Aye.
And that way, I was like, I've always. And then when I said to her, "Oh, I'm going to do DJing now," so I've went and done everything in bars. I've ran bars and that. I'm going to be a DJ. There's no money in that, and I end up making it a job, and it's like the older ones always don't see what we are doing. Like, you're doing your stand up, you're DJing, me doing the podcast and DJing a few other wee bits and bobs. But saying that's not a living.
Aye, I know people don't believe in you. That's it. And if you say you want to do something and you really want to do it, you go and you'll do it, and that's it. At the end of the day, look at everybody else. The reason they're doing it is because they wanted to. They made a decision and they done everything they could to put themselves in that path for everything to happen. And it happens for you. Like people always want to tell you, look, you can't do that. The same as me. Like when I got my decks and I was 11, I moaned and moaned and moaned and moaned to my mum. I asked all the time. I was going in every day and asking, and then I went in, and then basically one day the decks were there. And then I remember in school when I had my decks, it was like you went to the library and what do you want to be when you grow up, sort of thing. And everybody was picking joiner books, and I was like, I want to be a DJ, and the teacher was laughing at me. Do you know what I mean? The teacher was like, and then I went home to my mum and dad and told them that maybe it's a nighttime job, but at the end of the day, I've made a lot of fucking money through DJing. Do you know what I mean? And
people don't realise the money we actually get paid, and it's funny because they're like, "Oh, you don't make a real wage." You're like, "In 2 nights, I make your full week wage."
Exactly, man. That's it. You play at different events, and I mean, you get paid all different amounts of money through the gears, but it's you can make a lot of money doing it.
Like I said, this weekend, last Christmas, I put in within fucking 4 gigs, 400 odd quid. Over 4 gigs, and it's like,
and you're not even working, man. You're enjoying yourself. You're having a good time. You're entertaining people. it's the same as the stand-up as well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, all the open mic slots and all that, you're not getting paid for them. But if
Open
you
doors.
work your way up to being a good act, and you're going to get paid for it. Plus, if you're putting events on and you're selling shows out, it's fucking do the math. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, because somebody went to me, Connor, do you see you doing this podcast full time? I went, eventually, would I like to? Yes. I'd
Aye,
like to be in that
aye,
position. And
yep.
then it was one of the boys that do the behind the scenes stuff for me.
Mhm.
So I've got a team that do like, it's my pals that do like the social media, the editing, so it's easier for me. And we've actually
Aye,
got one of the girls from River City coming on
right.
Friday. And
Good
it's like,
man.
that's a big thing because this is somebody who's on telly week in, week out, who's
Aye,
well known to the most of Scotland because it's River City.
yep.
And it's
Mhm.
like, if that's the doors that's opening already, where could I go with this?
Aye,
People like yourself, the
that's
wee
it.
man, like these are people with names, and it's
Aye,
like somebody went to me,
it's all
how
about helping. Mhm.
somebody actually went
Sorry,
to
go
me,
ahead.
how much are you paying these guys to come on? I went, they're doing it out of
Mhm.
the goodness of their heart because one, the
Aye,
pandemic we live in, and two, they're helping out a friend.
aye, that's it, mate. It's all about fucking helping each other because that's what you need to do.
Because
And
you're starting your own podcast, aren't you?
aye, but that's the way everything's gone now. I'm a big podcast fan. I do like watching them. I watch Joey Diaz one. I watch Joe Rogan. I watch a
Oh,
lot of
Joe
podcasts,
Rogan's.
and do you know what I mean? They're good to watch. I look forward to watching them. They help you. They educate you. They make you fucking feel good watching them. So some of the podcasts that you see, I look at the setup and stuff, and I do that. I could do that. What stopped me from doing that? So I went out and bought all the gear, and I'm gonna. It's called Mikey's Bit, the podcast. So I'm going to start that in January. I've got too much shit on now. I was planning on getting it started for December, but I've just got too many things happening now. So I'm looking forward to that. The thing with D as well. That's obviously that's what I said. I started my own podcast up, got all the stuff, and then people started asking me to come on a podcast. It's fucking weird, man.
See, I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even know. I just thought because it was actually Gemo who said to me,
right,
do you know it'd be
right,
quite funny to get on because he's not just a DJ, but he was like, he said you.
aye,
He's like, did you think of that?
mm-hmm.
Like, it's two different
Aye,
doors that you can open. Because I want to get DJs
definitely,
on, but at
aye,
the same time, it's like when we can go into a lockdown of tier 2 and we can get into like a bar and I can
aye,
do this face to
yep,
face, I'm going to make sure
aye.
I've got a camera there that I can set and record a wee half an hour set for them for the end of the
Aye,
podcast, so it promotes
that's a
them.
good idea.
So
Definitely, mate.
it's like with
It's all about helping each other out. Do you know what I mean? That's it. It's you need to, because see, if you don't, you're not going to get anywhere. Do you know what
aye,
I mean? If you don't, you know what I mean? You asked me to do this, and I'm more than happy to do it because I was thinking to
second
myself,
time
like,
lucky.
I'm thinking, going to start this podcast, so this is good for me as well. Do you know what I mean? To
Aye.
get experience, and then that's yourself and two other guys asked me to do the podcast. Then D phoned me and says, "Do you want to do this?" So I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" I just basically said, "I'm going to do a podcast." Then this is all slapping me, see like the dicks in the face, like a mad woman. I
Aye.
mean,
So
it's good. It's all good stuff.
so you're sorted for Christmas then?
For a change, I'm alright. But I'm always last minute Larry running
Aye,
about the
that's
shops
me.
like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking Jingle All the Way. Honest to God, man, getting off my nut in shops, fucking try to find a Christmas card, doesn't say the right thing on it. It's murder. But this year, I'm sorted. The before we went into just this lockdown, the day before it, I went out the weekend, had a list of Christmas stuff, and I went out and I got everything on it. Every fucking year, but she always puts a couple things on it, and she's bamming us up, I think, and she's only 7, and I'm fucking in every shop hunting for this
I'm not
stupid
going to lie,
thing
your
Disney
Wayne's
needs it.
hilarious, so she's like some of the videos
She's
you put
class,
up,
man.
man,
She
you can pure tell it's your Wayne.
Aye, everybody says that, man. She loves it as well. Do you know what I mean? She is funny. Like some of the stuff she comes away with, like, where'd you get that? No, but man,
You're like,
class.
you're there's no even question, you're my daughter.
Aye, definitely, mate.
So
That's it.
what you got planned for 2021? Because we're now in December. It's mad that we're already at the end of the year. What's your plans?
Mate.
If so, that's that. Obviously, the vaccine's now coming out. We're hoping clubs are going to be open April, May latest. What is your plans
Hopefully, mate.
for
My
stand up and DJing? What's your main goals?
Right, DJing. I'm just going to keep doing what I've always done. Do you know what I mean? Through the years, I've never really ever gave DJing 100%. To be fair, do you know what I mean? I've always done well, but I think I could have done a lot better. But I've all my time's been caught up with fucking working,
Aye.
shitey jobs that I hate, depressing the life at me. Basically, having girlfriends and just
That's a hard
fucking
life, mate,
basically.
innit?
I'm single for life, mate. That's it, man. I got a lot more stuff done when I'm single. I'm a better person when I'm single, and aye, mate. It's no for me anymore. I honestly, I end up in a mad bubble, and you end up becoming your partner, and you just do everything that they do, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? You're your own person. Fucking do your own thing. That's what I'm going to do.
See, I think
But
that's
2001. Sorry,
2001.
say it again, mate.
Aye, so it's like me,
2001. Aye,
like
on
me and
you
my
go.
missus, like we're so alike,
Yeah.
but we do our own thing. Like I'll sit and play COD, she'll play
Aye.
The Sims. Like we'll do stuff together, but it's
Aye,
like
you need
we're
that, man.
still we still do our own thing, and so the DJing's my type
Aye.
of thing where I go away for like she'll come to maybe. So see if I'm doing a function like Dunfermline or Stirling,
Yeah.
she'll come with me. But if I'm doing one in
Aye.
like Clydebank, Cambuslang, she'll drop me off because
Aye.
I'm like, there's no point you sitting
Yep.
about waiting.
Right.
She's like, I want to. I was
Aye,
like,
that's
no,
it.
but like this is my like, because I'm not going to be talking to you. I'm going to be focusing on making sure everything is like running smoothly, lights are on correctly. Like at functions, you're more viewed because my first. Now I was saying this to Gemo last night. My first ever function, I dropped "Welcome to the Party" 6 times
Fuck's sake.
and
See,
"Quiver"
I've done that.
5
Aye.
times.
I've done that a few times. And I've fucking at raves. Just being totally steaming. And you're up playing and you're playing a track and you're mixing another track in. You've already played it and everybody's like, what the fuck's happening here?
We
It's just
went
a
back in
mistake,
30
wasn't
seconds. But I
it?
know it's like people don't realise when you start off, you're like you don't have an idea of a set.
Aye.
You just do it and you hope it
Aye,
works,
that's
and then as you work along, you're like, okay, play this at this time. Play, like you work it out in your head. But aye, so
it. Aye.
2021. What's the script? What's the plan?
Just keep doing what I'm doing now. With the DJing, I've been making some tracks with DMB, Joe Craig, Sean Walker. So I'm focusing more on the Makina side of things now. Take a kind of step back for like the Gabba. I'll still, if I get booked to play the sets, I'll still play the sets. But no, my heart's not in it anymore for that. It's more, I'm just enjoying Makina. I'm enjoying playing Makina. So I'm going to focus on that and also just keep writing comedy, get these sold out shows out the road, keep working with D, put other shows on, just try and get as much stage time in as I can, try and get my name a bit bigger, try and get more comfortable on the stage. Aye, definitely just work on my comedy. I'm also writing something new as well with my pal. I don't want to give too much away now, but it's big. Aye, it's going to be good, man.
Don't give us a. I'd rather wait and see.
Nah,
I'd rather wait and see,
aye,
mate.
we're doing it correct. We're doing it right, and we're putting a lot of effort in. We're getting it all filmed professionally. We're paying actors, so it's basically a sort of sitcom, but it is original. It's never been done before. So we've found something good that we two can work on, and we'll basically get 6 episodes wrote out
Off.
the now with plots, subplots. But I don't want to give anything
No,
else
don't
away.
listen.
That's
That's
what I
enough.
say.
That's enough. That keeps people on a
Aye.
cliffhanger. Because in a year's
Originally,
time, I want to bring you
aye.
back. So I want to schedule you in
Aye.
a year's time, and
Yep.
us looking back at this one and going, okay, so how did this go? How did that go? Did you go through with it? Like stuff like that.
Aye.
Because you're
Aye,
what
it'd be
type
good.
of guy
It'd be
that
good.
I will keep in contact with. Like,
Aye, of
I had
course,
one of the
mate.
guys that
Yep.
worked for the BBC Social, who
Aye.
I'm going to get you in contact with because I think working with them as well.
Aye.
For
Well,
the
I do.
stand
I've
up.
been signed. I've been signed with him for 3 years. The BBC, the social. Did
Okay.
you not know that?
No, really didn't,
No.
mate.
Aye. Aye. I went for a meeting with the BBC 3.5 years ago or something, and it went well. And I've had some videos out there, but everything I write for them, I always write stuff and I always send it to them, do videos, and they're like, nah. I'm like, fucking, because I don't know if it's a bit too dark or I don't know what it is with them. Just a lot of the stuff they put out is shite. I'm not going to lie, mate. It's a lot of shit. To be fair, a lot of the stuff that they put out, and it's like fucking some of the sketches they're trying to do. It's like students try to act like Neds, and it doesn't work.
When you've got
It's
you
very, very
who's
work.
willing to be the Ned.
Aye, like, do you know what I mean? There's you know, I've sent them a lot of stuff, and you know, I've got a producer there. The guy's brand new, but he just, I don't know, man. They take the pure worst shit a day. Let's see, like the worst ever. I actually made up a sketch as a joke, a pure shite one, and me and my brother were like, right. I said that I'm going to send this. Sent them it, and aye, they put it out. I get paid 150 quid for it for like a fucking 15-second sketch that was pish, and that they put that out. Oh, we love it. I'm like, what is wrong with you, man?
Aye, there's something
I
right in
don't
your
know, man.
editing team. There's somebody's got a screw loose somewhere.
Mate, I'm telling you, man. And then I sent him a video of me dancing, rave dancing, like fucking kidding on, doing that.
Oh,
And
the mad DJ.
You know what I mean?
What was it, DJ Cammy days back? Like the company that the Ajax tracky on.
Aye, similar to that, and they fucking boom, they fucking they shared it, and you know what I mean. You get paid for it, and you're like, why even take that and put that out?
Aye,
So
when
I
I've
mean,
gave
when
you
there's other
more
stuff-
comedy, like
Aye.
real stuff that people will
Aye.
engage with.
So originally, this thing I was talking about that we were writing, I was going to basically write it for them and write it and present it to them, but they're going to, I know for a fact, we're making this with the heart. This is what we want. This is our part of our material. So the way we want it, that's why we're just going to get our own film crew. We're going to pay the actors, and we're going to do it the way we want and put it out ourselves, because at the end of the day, if we show that to anybody like that, they're going to say, right, this needs to change, that needs to change. You can't do that, you can't do this, so fuck it. We're just going to
Just do it
put
and
it
then
out ourselves. Aye, similar to like a kind of Hardy Bucks sort of thing, or like Trailer Park Boys. Just put it out and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully it builds up a wee kind of cult following, and
fuck
just
it on
go for there.
Facebook and just get. The
Aye,
thing is, with the following you've got, and like I know for a fact, I'll share it on this as well. We will make it work for you, mate. Like,
I'm-
oh, you're lagging a bit. Let's even getting back. There we go. They're back. Oh,
Canadian.
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi,
Right,
mate.
this is-
My Wi-Fi's been playing it the last couple of days.
I think it is.
It's because
Oh, mine.
it's fucking.
My Wi-Fi.
I know it's been my Wi-Fi,
mine.
mate. Virgin now in Paisley's been horrendous.
Aye.
Like I said,
Is that where it is, Paisley? Aye.
Aye. Would you expect anything less? But no, we'll make sure we share it, and like your shows, we'll put the posters up if you're having any
Aye.
more shows. Because, like I said,
Cool, man.
you've done amazing. The fact that you were like you rescheduled for us, because everything that happened, like most people would say, no, you've done it, just upload it.
Aye. No, I wanted to do it again with you, so it was a good show. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, no, like
No.
I will edit wee clips in for like laughs. So like, also before I forget, if anyone's looking for a retro top of football, check out paulretro.com.
Paul Norvo.
Yep.
The guy's a complete band pot, but he's got some nice Fitbit taps.
Oh, mate, there's some belties in Scotland ones that are coming in.
No, I've
He
never really ever wore Scotland taps. Is it the pink one and all that?
He's got a white
That
one
man,
coming
huh?
in. Right there.
Right.
So he sends me all his fucking shit, so he does. He's got the pink one, but he's got this one coming in. Wait there, I'll turn this light off.
Oh, it's the... Is that 94 or something?
Oh, fuck no, that wasn't a lie, but like, he's getting shit like that in, so it's like, I'm going to London next year for the Scotland-England game, and that's getting bought for it. That's a fucking gorgeous top.
That's a peach, man.
But see, guys, if he's looking for good tops, cheap price, Paul Retros, 25 quid roughly a top, free printing, and it gets there, it's good quality, no shite, no knockoff shites, it's good quality.
Aye. I got a Select tap off him. I've not worn a Select tap in years and years, but I was going on holiday with my pal, Gov, and I fancied one of the retro taps, so ordered one off him. I got Ray Rogers 69 on the back.
Nice. What one did you get? What top?
It's the old black and green one. It's like black and green with the white netting there, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
It's smart, man. But I got that.
That's a fucking nailer, man. See, I got some of them off him. I've got 3 off him, but 2 are for Christmas. He put one up that was a yellow cell at top, but he only got 5 of each
Aye.
size in, and I managed to nab one
Aye.
off him. And he's raging because he never got one himself.
Oh, what, man. The prices are good as well.
You can't argue. Shout out Big Paul Norval, he's a DJ as well, and he's a good pal.
Paul Norval.
I'll make sure I send him that part. My dog's having a fucking fit in the background, by the way. Look at the state of this.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Poppy, you good? But I do appreciate you coming back on. I really do. And again, when your podcast goes up, make sure you like me, and I'll share it all over this. I'll share it on Facebook.
I will, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, anything else you want to speak about before we jump off?
Nah, not really, mate. Nah, unless there's anything you want to ask me.
Any production music coming out in the next couple of weeks?
When I'm in a tune with Joe Craig and a McKenna one, Keta McKenna, Reloaded, with him and M Project. You know, he's a big, I'm sure he's for Japan or something, but his tunes are minted. They're really good. Then. So I've done some vocals and that for Joe, so that'll be good. And there's a few. We've got a studio in the tune, and there's a few who's been doing there and working on stuff as well. So just going to keep battering away at it and take it for there.
Well, mate, I do appreciate you coming on. And it's been a great laugh having you back.
Cheers for having his own, mate. I'd like to do it again. Just says, man, just gives a shout.
Like I said, in a year's time, we'll sit down again. It'll be a different backdrop, hopefully, because we're looking to move. And hopefully, if it's even better, we can sit down, as in together, with a camera.
That'd be good, mate.
Because doing this is great. It's great fun doing this type of stuff, but it takes the heart of it. Well, you're sitting with somebody, because we've got a location set already to where we're going to be recording them all, which obviously I've told you about. And it's like, sit down, we can have a pint and just have a laugh. Like I'll not
be having a pint, mate. I'm sorry.
You'll have a pint of water. You'll have a pint of water.
A pint of water. I could talk about that. Basically, how for 33 years I've been a steamer and abusing drugs. But it's all changed now. I don't know what happened. I've had enough, and that's me completely off it. Been off it for 3 months.
Well done, mate.
Exercising. I'm changing my life. I'm turning my life around here, mate.
Can you see out your walks and finding spray paints?
What's that, mate?
I seen the day you were at a walk and you found a spray paint. What was it? It said your Moz your dad or something.
Your Moz a guy.
Your Moz a guy.
That was at Whitlaburn. Classic bit of spray paint, bit of graffiti patter. But mate, for years and years and years, I've just constantly on it, all the time. And every weekend, and you don't think it's going to catch up with you. And it did. It did catch up with me. And it kicked me up the arse. And a couple of dark places, but I've got myself out them.
We've all been in the dark places, and you know for a fact, like I've said to you before,
I know, mate.
My nails are open for you, mate.
Likewise. Listen, mate, I've never felt better than it. Honestly, it's all down to exercising in the morning and being off the bevy and off the gear and everything else that goes with it. It's no fucking good, man. Turning up to gigs, steaming, it's not professional, but that's what I'm saying. From now on, the business seed's on, and it's all about just putting a good show on for everybody. That's it.
Well, mate, I'm glad to hear that, and like I said, I'm glad that you've came back on for the second time. And we've again had a good laugh. So guys, Mikey's socials will be linked in the description. His Facebook, his pages, his YouTube, everything will be linked. And share, comment, and we'll see you next week for the next episode.